What's going on, you guys? Today we're going to be learning the solo for the song Dani California by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Now, before we get into it, I would like to address the fact that this tutorial is only on the solo. I have done a tutorial last week on all of the rest of the parts of this song, and I'll put a link to that video down in the description box. With that out of the way, let's get into it. You are watching Logan's Lessons. You start with a slide up to the 12th fret of your A string with your ring finger. Immediately after you slide up, you hit the 10th fret of your D string with your index, and then you bar the 10th fret of your G and B strings together. You strum those together. And I like to give it a little bend just for flavor. Then right there, we hit the 12th fret of the D string with our ring finger. So. And that, my friends, is the motif of this solo. That piece that I just showed you shows up many, many times in this solo. The first time after you play that motif, we play the 10th fret of our A string to the 8th fret of our A string, back up to the 10th, down to the 8th, back up to the 10th. 10, 8, 10, 8, 10. Just toggling back and forth between our ring finger on the 10th fret and our index on the 8th fret. Like so. Do that with me. And then right there, we play the 10th fret once more, down to the 8th fret, and then we land on the 10th fret of the low E string. So that piece will sound like this. Do that with me. Good. Then we have this. To accomplish that, we are going to hit the 3rd fret of our low E string with our ring finger. We then hammer on from the 1st fret to the 3rd fret. And then back to the 1st fret, pick downwards. We then slide up from the 3rd fret to the 5th fret of our A string with our ring finger. So. Do that with me. Muy bueno. So then right there, the motif shows back up, and you do this again. But then right here, we go to the 15th fret of the A string with our ring finger. And you toggle back and forth between the 15th fret with your ring finger to the 12th fret with your index finger. Like that. 15, 12, 15, 12, 15, and then the 12th fret of the D string. Just like that. In context. And then we hit the 14th fret of our G string with our index finger to the 17th fret of the G string with your ring finger. And then we have a unison bend where you keep your ring finger on the 17th fret of the G string, but you just add your index finger onto the 15th fret of the B string. And you leave your index finger in place while you bend up the G string, just like I just did, until the two strings sound the same, okay? So, it's just those 3 notes. So, do that with me. Very, very good, my friends. Right here we do our little motif again. And we even go as far as doing the same 10, 8, 10, 8, 10, 10, 8 to the 10th fret of the low E string. Just like we did the first time. But that's where the similarities end. Then we have this, which is the 5th fret of our low E string with our 3rd finger. Then we hit the 3rd fret of our low E string with our index, slide down to the 1st fret, and then we slide up from the 3rd fret of our A string up to the 5th fret of our A string. So that little piece will sound like this. Do that with me. Now in context. Very good, my friends. Now the 4th line follows a similar pattern to that of the 2nd. All of this stays the same. But then right here, we slide up to the 14th fret of the G string. Then immediately you hit the 13th fret of your B string, then the 15th fret of the same string. Like that. Give that last note a little vibrato. Then right here we hit the 14th fret of the G string again, to the 13th fret of the B, back to the 14th of the G. So, do that with me. Then right here we have 3 notes that repeat quite a few times. You're going to hit the 15th fret of the B string, to the 13th of the same string, to the 14th of the G. You go through those 3 notes a total of 5 times. Do that with me. One more time. Now in context. Do that with me. The next piece I'm about to show you is my favorite part of the entire solo. It's just so tasteful. You have the same motif, but right here we toggle between the 10th fret of the D string and the 12th of the A. And you hang there for a second. Then you pull off from the 12th fret of your A string to the 10th fret of the A. Then slide down from the 10th to the 8th. And then you hit the 10th fret of your low E string. Like that. And I don't even pick that, I just hammer onto that 10th fret there. So. Then you hit the 8th fret of your A string again. Slide up from the 10th fret to the 12th fret of the A. Hit the 10th fret of your D string. So, do that with me. In context. And then you do that first piece again where you are pulling off from the 12th fret of your A string down to the 10th, sliding down to the 8th, hitting the 10th fret of your low E string. Like that. I'll do that slow. Do that with me. One last time. Faster now. Good. Now let's put that back into the whole solo at large. Okay, so right here we have our motif in our second little piece again. But right here we slide up to the 14th fret of the G string, hit the 13th fret of our B string, and then we hit the 15th fret of our B string this time, bending it up. So. Then the next piece is exactly the same as the third piece, where we do this. Just do that again, and then we're into the fast part. Buckle up. First, we're going to be going from the 13th fret of our B string to the 10th of that same string to the 12th of the G string. And you just play those 3 notes in that order really fast a whole lot of times. I'll do it slowly, and here's what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna keep playing that over and over again, slowly, like gradually ramping up the speed. And I want you to play along with me, and let's ramp the speed up to at least close to what this song is together. So right after that part, which is about this long, we have 3 new notes. The 15th fret of the high E string, to the 13th fret of the high E string, to the 15th fret of the B string. But that one's shorter. I think you only play it 5 times. So, and then we have this little walk down where we play the 15th fret of the high E, to the 13th fret of the high E, to the 15th fret of the B, to the 13th fret of the B, and then you do the 15th to the 13th fret of the B again. So, like this. Like that. And then we're back to the first 3 notes, which you only do 5 times. So, and then you close out the solo like this, which is a bend up on the 12th fret of the G string, to the 10th fret of the G, to the 12th fret of the D string. So now I will play the entire solo. Play along with me. And that, my friends, is how you play the Dani California solo. If you have a song request, DM me or comment it down below. If you wish to be notified of future videos, hit the bell. I sincerely hope that you are well. Please do me a favor and hit that like button in blue. I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe too. I hope this video has been a blessing. You've been watching Logan's Lessons.